Hey guys, Logan Dunning, logandunning.com. Have you ever heard of NVIDIA Broadcast? So this is a pretty cool app. I believe a lot of people are kind of gaining awareness around it. It's using a bunch of cool AI techniques to do various different filters that you can use in Microsoft Teams, Zoom calls, if you're gaming, if you're recording stuff for various, social media platforms, recording basically anything, training videos, etc. There is some qualifications that I believe you need, which is, that's my scrolling down sound. I think you need a RTX, I believe. So GPU you need, so like one of the ray tracing graphics cards, anything with RTX in it. So if you don't have this, just reading the system requirements, if you don't have NVIDIA, might not work. If you don't have an RTX and you have, any other NVIDIA card that doesn't have the word RTX in it, it might not work. It works for mine. I have the 3080 mobile version on my Alienware here. So I'll kind of walk you through kind of the cool things you can do and whether or not you want to use it. Yeah, pretty nifty. So if I flip over here, so first off, starting with the microphone, you can do things like noise removal, room echo removal, which you kind of could already do with things like Zoom and Teams, in that space, but maybe you don't have that capability in whatever editing software you're using, or you're live streaming, or, just playing games, or whatever it is. You want to clean up that sound. This is a great way to do it. Maybe you're in some kind of an apartment or whatnot. You got noise in the background, cars, washing machines, whatever. So next up, you have speakers. So pretty cool. I'll play this and then I'll add these two. These are the only two that you can do. And you could turn them on individually or not at all. And you'll see what it'll do. I'm not sure how good it'll come through. Hopefully it's good.
This audio sample has both an unwanted echo and noise in the background. Normally, this message would be difficult to understand, but using NVIDIA Broadcast's AI technology, we can clean up distracting background noise and echoes at the same time with room echo removal and noise removal.
Yeah, so you pretty much got to crank it, to hear them individually. But one is removing the echo or reverberation, the back and forth in the room, or the poor acoustics, or not poor, that's subjective, the acoustics, and the noise of that humming or the white noise of whatever's in the background, right? It's like, how AI can remove, the background from images and videos, so you can kind of green screen yourself without the green screen. This is like the removing the background from audio, if that could be a good metaphor. So over on camera, here I have the Snap camera, which I think Snapchat recently took off the market, but you can still use it for the kind of the soft focus touch-ups. And it's defaulting to 720p. You can pick whatever camera you want. And then you could do things like, let's say, background removal, which, when you bring it into OBS or Camtasia or any kind of editing software, or you're, live streaming, on Twitch, or doing any kind of gaming like that, it's pretty easy to keyframe out the black or whatever it is. I think it actually comes through as transparent, even though it's appearing black. You can pick two different things, quality or performance, and then you will see at the bottom, depending on which one you click, I believe, there'll be a message here that'll say, hey, just so you know, this will degrade quality, performance of your machine, if you do X, Y, and Z. So if I kind of keep that there is video noise removal beta. So if I take off this thing, so you might be able to see if I I'm not sure if I can expand this. I don't think so. I'm going to say this, and you can kind of see that it just kind of blurred everything a little bit. So, here is it on, right? And then, I don't know, kind of like maybe look here or like here. It kind of like takes out a bunch of details. So it kind of makes it a little blurry. Then there's strong and weak. There's that effect may impact performance. If you go to weak, it still is. I guess this one's a little bit intensive. They haven't done that after, code cleanup to make it a little bit faster, or maybe that's always going to be like that. But it is currently in beta. So eye contact is really messed up. So I'm not sure if I would ever do a video like this, because it kind of like makes you more like a robot than anything. So how I explained this one to my buddy was that I'm going to look left and right. This is what I'm going to do. on the screen, I'm not going to look at the camera at all. And as soon as I turn that on, you'll see what will happen. Okay. So I'm going to turn on eye contact beta, and then I'm going to look. So I'm looking at the right side of the screen completely, and then periodically it should kind of glaze at the camera and like look directly at it, almost like it's trying to keep context. Now I'm looking at the left side of the screen. I have not looked at the camera once, kind of panning back to the middle, kind of like looking down a little bit. Now I'm kind of looking to the top right corner of the screen, and now the bottom right. And this is a 49-inch like ultra wide, so essentially two 27-inch monitors beside each other. So it's really a neck breaking kind of situation. So you should have seen a lot of the eye looking at it, and I'll confirm that in the editing after. So as you can tell, hopefully you can tell, pretty creepy. The other ones that you can do is auto frame, where you can kind of like, you know, just play with the zoom and whatnot, depending on where you want to be. I have a Link 360 camera, so it can do things like tracking and stuff. So this one for me isn't as useful as it could be for other people that have a like a sedentary, non-movable, non-pivotable, camera or webcam. So they have a vignette option with face tracking. I haven't tried that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not sure where you would use that, but maybe if you cranked it up, it could look like one of those circles in the bottom right hand corner of a YouTube video, and maybe that's keyframed out with the black. Face tracking, it'll just stay in the middle if you turn it off, or you can make it kind of subtle. Maybe there's too much white in the background here and you want it more like a, if you can't see that ring, it might look kind of cool. So then there is background replacement, where you obviously know that you can, pick a image or video, which is kind of cool. You could actually directly put a video behind you and pick your two options there. What else? We have, did that one, and the background blur. I mean, you get that pretty much everywhere you go with Teams and Zoom and all that stuff. But it's funny that the microphone is like, it's like, okay, that's not part of this. You know what I mean? But it seems to do a little bit of a better job, I find, than Teams, because Teams, you get a lot of that like blurring around your actual body parts that you wouldn't get with this one. But I do find that this is a little bit better, a little bit more of a performance hog. That could just be subjective for my situation, because it's an Alienware mobile RTX, not like a beefy desktop gaming PC. So your market may vary, but yeah, pretty cool. They're updating this thing all the time. It does eat chew resources on your machine, and even if all of the things are off, I do like to go down to the taskbar and kill the process, or not kill it, right click in the chevron up in the bottom right in the taskbar, right click NVIDIA broadcast and go to quit. But yeah, pretty nifty application, worth checking out. Definitely could be a good potential enhancement to whatever you're doing: Teams, Zoom, interviews, clients, customers, social marketing videos, or whatever video production you guys are up to. Yeah, so I hope that's helpful. Let me know in the description what you guys would like to use this for. If you think it's a good program, what you'd like to see in it, kind of any feedback on this. Like, do you think there's a real world application for something like this, and maybe like a top 2 filters to request? But yeah, pretty cool. See you next time.